Right, let's have a look at this N65 one. Let's have a look. So I'm going to try and go to one that I can actually show you. So nothing shot, but again I wanted to test the colours and the greens. I just wanted to see if there's anything different. But you can see like that magnolia at the bottom in the shadows. Yeah, there you go. That's just a really boring, horrible photo, but I just wanted to show you that. This is my first one that I quite like. Well, I love actually. Clemmy looking out over the hills. Again, can you see? So the difference with this day, the over the shots I was taking was like really, really vivid blue. It wasn't like this today. It was quite a bit cloudier, and it was around 4, so the sun had just started to peak down, and I think that's why you get these sort of, can you see sort of the purpley magnolia, I think it's called, I can't think I'm getting the right sort of word there, but you know what I mean, that purpley sort of colour, but you can still see the yellows, nice and subtle. The blue just at the top. Anyway, I like that one anyway. I'm going to post that one for obvious reasons. Nice depth, looking over the valley, all that type of stuff. My little madam doing her stuff. So yeah, remember with this one again, still the same film, Colour Plus 200 Kodak, but it's the 2001 N65 or F65. So a big difference in the camera. But I'm going to show you, because the autofocus is a difficult one. So that's just one where it doesn't always work. So you can see the autofocus is completely off, and I'm always using spot autofocus. This is another one, no flash this time, of my two little cats. But again, I hope you can still see the similarities in the film, but the differences that the camera makes and the lens. So you've got two big differences here, and I really want to explain this. On the first one, I've got an older camera from the 85s, but still, you know, like a good solid camera for that time with a really good 50mm new lens, manual focus. This second one I'm looking through now is opposite. You've got a newer camera, 2001, so the focus should get better. Technically the metering should be better, but the lens is the older one. So it's less f-stop, I think it's 3.5 just off the top of my head, and it's 35 to 80. So I think this shows you sometimes if you're out there, the quality of the lens matters so much more than anyone ever gives it credit for. Oh, that's a lie, 'cause a lot of people give it credit. And then this one you're going to be stunned by. I wanted to do some sort of self-portrait. Oh god, this is horrible. I've turned it to black and white because I hate looking at myself. But one thing that's interesting with this one is, again, in our kitchen you get a really cool light in the mid-afternoon, so you get the light that shines through, but then you get a lovely wraparound vignette, if you call it that way, but naturally because of the way the windows are. So I really wanted to try that. Oh my god, I hate looking at myself. Let's move on. But there you go, there we are. And that is it with that one. So there you go. Not tons, because a lot of them were, again, with like Clemmy and the family. I didn't really want to show them all, but hopefully that gives you a bit of a flavour and you start to understand the differences you're going to get with these films, and maybe why it's quite important just to pick your lenses quite carefully. Now, this is the interesting one. So this one is definitely the F301 camera, Nikon. It's definitely the Fuji 200 colour film, but there's a mix-up in lenses here. So when I was out in Manchester with these shots, which I'm going to show you now, they're a bit rubbish. That one, just to give you an example, that was with the 50mm, and it's about F3, F2 point something I think it was. But later on in the film, we started dipping into the 30 to 80mm. So there we go. But that's the first one. We're going for that puddle. Autofocus didn't quite work. It's really, really dark. But there you go. Now the difference here is, and I'm going to show you this. So this is from last year. Is this one, unlike the Kodak, gives you, I thought, that yellowy tint that I like. This one is definitely heavily green. And that just showed it there. There is something to do with the lighting, but indoors it definitely had like a massive green tilt. Not my style, didn't particularly love it, to be honest. So just want to show you that because that is just an example of it. So this is from Manchester. I don't know what I even saw here, to be honest. I didn't take any digital photos because I had both this day. I had the digital and the film, and I was meant to sort of compare it. I honestly can't even tell you what I thought with that one. This one, I'm guessing I love the drips. Rubbish. Again, didn't like it. This one here, moving car. I can see you presumably wanted to do something with the yellow lines. I'm not loving any of these. This one's alright. I know I took this because I like the England women's football like painting, and if you look, because of the reflection in the just as irresistible advertisement thing, it looks like the buildings carry on. Can you see? I like that, and I remember spotting that on the day, but it obviously isn't. It's a bit like, I don't know, I felt like the way that it looks there, it looked like it was see-through, but like just a little bit. It just really like, I really like that. But again, going back to the colours, can you see how, I don't know, like that sort of tint of green, I think, again blends it into this sort of masking colour, and you can definitely see it in the bottom left. For me, I just don't like that sort of, style. I'm much more a Kodak person, but personal preference, people out there that love that type of stuff, and that'd be the film for you. This one was Sunset of Manchester, and then moving on. Now bear in mind, this was on back to my 50mm, and I used the autofocus. This is not really great. This was last year's mushroom season, and if I've put this video out before my next post, you'll notice the segue from my digital photos to the next project, which is this film one. And there's one good one that I got a couple, is that one. So can you see again how this sort of green, I don't know, I feel like it eats up a lot of it, but this is quite cool. Love those little bokehs in the background, and my favourite of the day, that one. Oh, I feel like it looks really magical, don't you think? I'm going to post this if you've not seen it. This really annoys me because it is just purely my style, but I wish I'd have taken that with a Kodak. I do. I can't help it. And obviously I love Fujifilm, I really do, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of the way that film comes out personally, which is fine. So yeah, really, really cool. That one, really, really like that one. But yeah, just sort of like, what's the word? Don't know, as if you're in some sort of magical garden. Little shot of my Kodak. Granddad's old Kodak camera from the whatever eras it is. That is the lot. I hope you enjoyed it.